The college football experience, Maryland Terrapins 2022 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET, get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com. That's WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with their brand new over under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by IPVanish. Yes, IPVanish is the official VPN of SGPN, and they're offering 70% off if you go to IPVanish.com/SGP. That's IPVanish.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by SGPN Discord. Yes, make sure to check out our new Discord server, the perfect place to interact and sweat bets with the entire SGPN crew. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord.
Hey everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, Maryland Terrapins 2022 season preview episode. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Oh! Dundee loves talking Terp football. Patty C, what you don't know is that I, as a young child, went to Maryland basketball camp several times. My mother is a graduate from the University of Maryland.
There it is. Terrapin blood. My cousin is a graduate from University of Maryland.
I got a cousin that's a graduate as well. I got a couple. I mean, just it's a family. The family history goes through.
We grew up about 15 minutes from the Maryland border, so
true. So when talking Terp football, you know, it's fun, all right, and it's
easy to see a tide turn.
Perhaps it's easy to see a tide turn, but Patty C. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Give it up for former JMU Duke defensive back, the burrito eating, sideline kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, Patty C in the place to be.
Hi-oh. Well.
Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does.
Let's go.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy. Bring it home.
Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does.
That is what Maryland does.
Hey, I mean, the seafood in Maryland, incredible.
Yeah. Oh, I've gone to Ocean City many a time and enjoyed a nice platter.
Yes. The Terrapins, Patty C, you know, wait. This is the Maryland Terrapins. Some say quarterback you. Yes, from the days of Boomer Esiason to Frank Wright to Scott Zolak to Stan Gelbaugh to Neil O'Donnell to Scott Milanovich to Brian Cummings.
They had one that did his ACL in the Virginia-Maryland football game that would have been a legend.
Sean Hill also though in there.
Chris Kelly, DC Player of the Year, should have been their quarterback, but did his ACL.
Well, Taulia Tagovailoa, he can ball. He can ball.
He may be the best of them all when it's all said and done, based on the numbers he's putting up.
Seems to be better than Boomer Esiason.
I don't think so, but maybe.
But this is a rich program, Jack. Back to the days of Bear Bryant. Didn't know that, did you?
I did know that. He did 1 year there, but you know, he graced. That's where he learned his greatness.
Bobby Ross won a national championship with the Yellow Jackets.
Maryland plays some ball.
Well, you know the problem is though,
Montgomery
they got
County,
a little bit too big for their britches.
PG County, Baltimore County.
If I may say so.
Yeah.
They fired Ralph Friedgen after the guy took them to, let me get this straight. They hadn't had a Bobby Ross. The best Bobby Ross ever got him to was 9-3. Back in 1976, Jerry Claiborne took him to an 11-1 season, right?
Yeah.
Well, Ralph Friedgen got 11 wins in year 2. So Ralph Friedgen won 10 games in year 1. So takes over a team that hadn't had a winning record in 6 years, right? And only one winning record in 10 years, right? Takes them over 10-2 in year 1, 11-3 in year 2, 10-3 in year 3, right? So three double-digit win seasons. Then 5-6 season, followed by a 5-6 season. But back to a 9-4 season, they win the Champ Sports Bowl. Then a 6-7 season where they go bowling but they lose. Then 8-5, got it going again. Then a 2-10 season, a clunker, but then responds with a 9-4 season and a Military Bowl win, and he gets fired.
He got fired after finishing number 23 in the nation. Gosh, you're Maryland, okay? You're not
could not
Texas.
believe it. They had this absolute. They've had some questionable athletic directors. All right.
Apparently,
they fired Gary Williams, who won them their only national championship in basketball, forced them out the door. Look at them since. But then Randy Edsall comes in, 2 wins, 4 wins, 2 7-win seasons, 7-6. Then a 3-win season,
clunker.
Then DJ Durkin comes in, 6-7. You're thinking, okay. Then 4-8, and I kind of thought the next year they were set up to win. Things crazy scenario happened. Matt Canada, who I thought they probably should have retained, went 5-7. Should have beat Ohio State, but missed a wide open guy in the end zone.
2-point conversion.
Yes. And then Mike Locksley comes in. So Mike Locksley is 13-23 in 4 years at Maryland. Last year he had his first winning season, 7-6. Now the question I think we got to ask ourselves, obviously he's a recruiting ace.
Yeah.
Saban guy, definitely dropping off bags of cash. But I just wonder, I think they're one of the true enigmas in college football this year. And I think last year, I think when you go back and look last season, they beat West Virginia in the season opener game. West Virginia committed 4 turnovers. I thought West Virginia should have won that game, right?
Yeah.
Maryland had 0, but I mean, they were like a lot of, I feel like it was a pick in the end zone. A lot of
things going Maryland's way.
Yeah. Then they beat Howard 62-0 week 2. Then at Illinois Friday night, I remember being furious with this one because I called for the Illini on the money line, and I thought Maryland did outgain Illinois, but I thought Illinois was in a position to win that game. They didn't. Maryland got it done. Kudos to them. And then they get Kent State.
Is a win.
So they went 4-0 to start the season.
4-0.
Then they lost by 37 at home to Iowa.
Then reality.
How do you give up 51 points to Iowa's offense and you're at home? I was on the road. Spencer Petras
looking like Joe Montana out there.
Jeez. Then they lose by 40 or 39 to 49 to Ohio State. Then they lost by 18 to Minnesota. Then a 2-win Indiana team. They won by 3, 38-35. Then they lose by 17 to Penn State. Then they lose by 19 to Michigan State. Then they lose by 41 to Michigan. And then they beat Rutgers by 24. And then they were 6-6. The bowl game, though, they get to play in the Bronx Bowl, the Yankee Stadium, the pinstripe shit. They get Virginia Tech, but Virginia Tech had like 30 players out. They were on their 4th string quarterback, right?
This team played in exactly 3 games that were interesting after halftime. They were either destroying teams or getting destroyed all year long. But they did win those.
My question
3
is,
close games.
Are they really that good? I know they bring back a ton, and we're going to dive into that. But part of me thinks last year's team is really like a 4-8 team.
Well, you could be right. Like we said, that there are only 3 games within 2 touchdowns. They managed to win, and those were all within 1 touchdown, really. So,
and I think you got to throw out the bowl game because Virginia Tech had like 30 players not play. It just makes me wonder.
Look at the teams that they had close games with. Illinois, they beat by 3. Indiana they beat by 3, and West Virginia they beat by 6. Did any of those teams have winning records last year? Yeah, and so they're slightly better than them. They're exactly what they're probably like a 5 or 6 win team last year.
It's wait, they didn't have one win against a team with a winning record.
But to be fair, on their schedule was Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State, and Michigan.
True.
And they got housed by all of those. And so they're not as good as that level of play. We know that.
That's
much.
what I mean. Is there a hard team to get a gauge on? Last year we locked up the under on 6. We pushed. I know, some people got that bet late and complained because it was at 5.5 and they lost. But let's hop into it. Talk a little Terp football.
Yeah, buddy.
Locksley, 13 and 23, like I alluded to. He's also 15 and 49 overall.
Locksley, in his first 6 seasons of coaching, 8 wins total. Last year, 7 wins. So something's moving in the right direction.
Yeah, he's got his co-offensive coordinators back, Dan Enos and Mike Miller. They were fit. This offense could roll last year. 57th in scoring offense, 91st in rush offense, 13th in passing offense, 32nd in total offense. Pretty good offense.
32nd.
Yeah.
It's respectable.
Taulia Tagovailoa is back, breaking in a new running back. Colby McDonald, I think, is gonna be that guy. Great name. 2 or 3 wideouts are back, led by former 5-star Rakim Jarrett. He's a beast, and I think you can actually make a case that you could say their wideouts are going to be really good. They are breaking in a new tight end with Corey Dykes. 4 of 5 starters on the offensive line back. You got to circle that and like that.
A lot moving in the right direction offensively there, especially for the 32nd offense in the country to have you said their quarterback back. Several very good receivers, including a 4-star and 4 offensive linemen returning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
buddy. Fireworks.
Are you buying in?
Fireworks in College Park this year.
Are you buying in?
I'm buying in a little bit.
Well, look, on the defensive side of the ball is where the red flags jump up because their defensive coordinator is Brian Williams. Brian Williams. This is NBC Nightly News. No, Nightly News is their defense was shit last year. Look, he's got his work to do, and he was there last year. 98th in scoring defense, 70th in rush defense, 99th in pass defense, and 85th in total defense. And you wonder, that's with them playing Howard and winning 70-0 or whatever that was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this. They didn't give up, save for the Rutgers game, a 6-game streak where they gave up 34 points or more, or 31 points or more, I should say. You can't win games if you're giving up that many points. You got to figure it out.
Well, 2 of 4 are back on the defensive line, but they have to replace both defensive tackles. I mean, 1 of 3 are back in the linebacking core. That's Ruben Hyppolite the second.
He's supposed to be a pretty nasty player.
Yeah. 1 of 4 back in the secondary. That's cornerback Jahorian Bennett. The defense lost a lot too, man. You got what, 4 starters back on defense? That's what I mean. They're a hard team to get a gauge on. We're going to talk transfer portal with the Terps.
Jahorian Bennett, the only defensive player anywhere on any of the preseason all conference, and he's 3rd team preseason all conference. So
Randy White ain't walking through that door.
Yeah, defense gonna be an issue again, maybe.
Remember Randy White?
I do. Randy White was the
Terp.
Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, legendary.
Super Bowl MVP.
We're gonna talk. That's back when they would give it to a defensive player,
right?
We're gonna talk transfer portal. We're gonna talk recruiting rankings. We're gonna talk Vegas expectations for the Terps, and hopefully you're on YouTube watching. Subscribe to the College Football Experience as we break down all 131 college football teams with a solo podcast for every single team in the land. So if you're on YouTube watching, check it out. Subscribe as well, and also remember, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. We love talking college basketball. We talk college basketball year round there. We talk college football year round here. Subscribe to both of those. Patty C. Well, yeah, like I said, let's get us paid. We'll talk more about this in a second. But the College Football Experience, Maryland Terrapins 2022 season preview episode is brought to you by WinBet. Bet $50 at WynnBet. Get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBet. Download the WynnBet app now or visit wynnbet.com. That's WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their brand new over/under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100 at sleeper.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by IP Vanish. IP Vanish is the official VPN of SGPN. They're offering 70% off if you go to ipvanish.com/SGP. That's ipvanish.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by SGPN Discord. Make sure to check out our new Discord server, the perfect place to interact and sweat out bets with the entire SGPN crew. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. We're also brought to you by the Home Run Derby contest. Yes, SGPN is running a free Home Run Derby contest exclusively on the SGPN app. Winner gets $200 gift certificate to the SGPN store, where you can buy all types of different stuff. We're also brought to you by Trade Coffee. Trade Coffee connects customers to the freshest and best tasting coffee, but they roast it, right? They're even, you got to check this thing out. They got a coffee team. All right. That might be better than Maryland. All right. Because they actually test thousands of coffees and they keep over 450 different kinds live and ready to ship to you every day. I can't recommend this enough. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/SGP. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free, people.
Wow.
Get started today by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/SGP and let Trade find you a coffee that you'll love. You'll be done with that Juan Valdez guy. All right.
That's right. I know your position on the coffee team. That's called split end. Hello. After a few cups, we're all split ends on the coffee team here. All right.
This guy, humdingers over there, folks. Let's talk a little transfer portal. Let's talk Terp football. Patty C, I'm curious what you think of what they did in the portal. They went out. It was a busy portal. They got quarterback Billy Edwards from Wake Forest.
A very quarterback name.
They got defensive lineman Henry Chubize from Liberty. Give me Liberty players or give me death, said Mike Locksley, right?
That's right.
Defensive end Quashawn Fuller comes in from Florida State, former 4-star. Kicker Chad Ryland from Eastern Michigan. I actually think you got to circle that one because this guy's an ace.
Boom.
They got fucking Chip Lohmiller back there.
Come on.
All right.
I mean, that was a question mark because their previous kicker was pretty good, but in comes Ryland.
Yes. Mark Mosley 2.0.
In close games, invaluable.
There you go. There you go.
Ryland's name may be called a lot this season.
They went out and this was a big get for them. Wide receiver Jacob Copeland from Florida. Going to mix him in with this receiving core is going to be pretty fucking good.
41 catches last year coming in. It's nice.
Linebacker Van Darius Cowan from West Virginia comes in. Trying to help that defense, Patty C.
He said, hey, we're loaded at wide receiver. Let's go get a very good wide receiver.
Yeah, Copeland. So they got Copeland, Jarrett, and Dontay Demus. That's a nasty receiving core.
Yeah.
The posse reborn?
Posse reborn.
Ricky Sanders, Gary Clark, Art Monk?
Yeah, just up the road, College Park.
Wow. I mean, that's impressive.
Speaking of DC football, you see this? Virginia on the hat. I'm sure that makes you guys want to puke, but hey, we're your most played rival of all time. I think you guys should get that going again. And since neither of you guys have a great home crowd, I was suggesting that you play it in the old Redskins Stadium, RFK, or if they build a new one there. The only problem is would enough people show up. I think a Labor Day Capital Classic, just like the basketball game.
At the Redskins Stadium?
At the Redskins Stadium, Virginia versus Maryland. Make it happen, folks.
I like it. Hold on. I mean, I think that's the thing is if this conference realignment thing happens, what if Virginia ends up in the Big Ten? Or Duke back in the Big Ten, and then you got this great rivalry again.
We used to play Maryland on the last game of the season for a long time, and Virginia Tech was a midseason thing. Now Virginia Tech's taken over as the main rival, but in my heart, because I grew up in it, Maryland is still our rival.
There you go. You heard it here first. All right, schedule it. Redskin Stadium, outdoors. All right.
Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
All right, folks. They lost Patty C in the portal, and this is what I'm curious. you think they won or lost the portal? Because in the portal is defensive lineman Joseph Bolatepeli. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Cornerback Devin King is in the portal. Cornerback Levante Gators in the portal. Offensive tackle. This I don't know. Majuveniskovic is in the portal. Cornerback Kenny Bennett went to Georgia Tech. Defensive lineman Daryl Jackson went to the Miami Hurricanes. Safety Devin Dickerson in the portal. Wide receiver Dino Tomlin went to Boston College. Wide receiver DeJuan Ellis, portal. Tight end Malik Jackson, portal. Defensive end Deshaun Holt, Toledo. Wide receiver Nick DeGennaro, portal. Wide receiver Brian Cobbs, Utah State. Wide receiver Daryl Jones, NC State. Offensive tackle Evan Gregory, portal. Wide receiver Carlos Carrier, Central Michigan. Safety Osita Smith, portal. Wide receiver DeJuan McDougal, Tulane. Running back Rashard Jackson, portal. Defensive lineman Alamuse Titi, portal. Linebacker,
like half their team.
Linebacker Brandon Jennings, Kansas State. Offensive tackle Zach Perkins, South Florida. Linebacker Terrence Lewis, who I think was a starter, UCF. Running back Penny Boone, Toledo. Offensive lineman Mitchell Gorgas, portal. Running back Isaiah Jacobs, portal. Linebacker Frankie Burgess,
Penny
portal.
Boone was a 4-star.
I'm gonna say
Just walked out the door.
I'm gonna say, did they win or did they lose?
I think
they lost.
Yeah.
I think they lost the portal there.
24/7. We believe their portal rankings only show the incoming portal transfers, which clearly because they only had 6, they ranked 95 overall in the incoming portal, 12th in the conference out of 14. That alone says you didn't do that well bringing them in, but with what you just rattled off, leaving,
Yeah.
gosh, that's terrible. We're gonna see if this team is able to withstand that kind of exodus.
Call me crazy, but I think this is one of the most interesting teams in college football this year. Because
Yeah.
I don't know that they're good. I don't know that they're bad. It's a very interesting team. But talk to me about recruiting, because Locksley can recruit.
Well, he can recruit, and to his credit, he's been able to get a couple of the guys that have been big recruits for him on the field. It looks like right now 3 of those high 4-star and above players are projected starters. That's 2018 class Jalen Duncan, 5th-year senior, 4-star out of Baltimore. As we mentioned, Rakim Jarrett, 5-star out of Washington D.C. at wide receiver, and Ruben Hyppolite, 4-star linebacker out of Hollywood, Florida. He recruits Maryland well. He recruits that area.
How did
well.
he let what's his name get to USC?
Who's that?
Quarterback Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Yeah, that's pathetic.
We just saw the top corner. One of the top corners go. What he announced his schools. Maryland wasn't on there. Virginia Tech wasn't on there. I think he's out of somewhere around there. I mean, I know he's a good recruiter, Locksley, but come on, Terps.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. I mean, it's really hard to lock down the DC area. Nick Cross was also a 4-star. Is he coming back? I gotta.
With the Redskins being terrible and Dan Snyder in all his scandal.
No, Nick Cross is gone.
This town is up for grabs with football. That's why we've said George Mason should start their football team. Georgetown should jump up to the FBS from the FCS. Maryland, if they got their shit together, I'm telling you.
Oh, they really could. I think that the geography of the state, kind of the crescent moon geography of the state, makes it hard because it's not. But with
James Madison coming up to the FBS.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people picking away at the DC area, but I would say Maryland is positioned very well because DC produces, I want to say, per capita like one of the top 3 highest.
You're right next to DC and Maryland and Virginia and Pennsylvania.
There's so much. Northern Virginia cranks it out. DC cranks it out. Southern Maryland,
Southern Virginia,
even Baltimore. Yeah, you can get down to the 757.
Yeah.
And Maryland, College Park is kind of right there in DC and near Baltimore. They should be able to, if they could ever get it together. And Locksley kind of is.
Telling you,
he's bringing the talent level up. Even though he's a questionable coach, the talent level is high enough.
Growing up in that area, they're desperate for football.
Yeah.
Whoever gets their shit together, I don't know. George Washington, the Colonials, bring back their football program.
Yeah, exactly. Someone should do it. Georgetown. I don't know.
Yeah.
But George Mason. Hello.
Yeah, George Mason should be the one.
Listen to Maryland's recruiting here. Last 5 cycles nationally, 28, 37, 32, 19 in 2021, dropped down to 38 in 2022. Within the conference, that's been good for 5, 11, 6, 4, and 7. Their composite ranking within the conference over the last cycles, or nationally, has been 24, 27, 32, and 34. They're not playing up to their talent level, but that's to be expected with Mike Locksley within the conference 4, 5, 6 talent wise. If they are able to get up to the 4th most talented team in that conference, presumably behind Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan.
And especially with the Big Ten shifting most likely out of divisions,
That could be massive.
That could save them, so they wouldn't have to play Michigan State, Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State every single year.
Yeah, I mean, being in the Big Ten and getting that money, but then getting out of the Big Ten East and getting a more favorable schedule could be the perfect storm for Maryland football to finally get it together, especially with Locksley there.
Yeah. So let's get to it. Las Vegas. Now, look, I understand we got the sweet graphic. Hopefully you're subscribed on YouTube. Shout out to the SGPN graphics team. This graphic was made about a week ago. So these lines move, people. I'm seeing that win total. See, this graphic was at 5.5. I'm now seeing it at 6, right? 6 is the win total at -120 on the under, on the over +100. So if you think Maryland's going to go 7-5 +100, you think they're going to, so Vegas leaning Patty C to a basically 6-6 season. But if they had to guess, 5-7 is more likely than 7-5. So let's hop into it.
You said it's a 6 right now.
Flat 6. So, week 1, the Buffalo Bulls and Maurice Lindquist come to town. I think that's a win for Maryland. I think Maryland's going to put it on that defense. Was shaky last year for Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo struggled last year.
So I think Maryland might even put a 50 spot in this game on the Bulls.
There it is, 1-0. Tagovailoa going off again to start the season.
Should we worry about this game at Jerry Richardson Sell the Team Stadium, right? In Charlotte, week 2, because I mean Charlotte did take down Duke at that same stadium last year. Should we worry?
I don't think Maryland has to worry too much. I don't think you need to be asleep at the wheel for it, but you have a talent where you should comfortably win this game if you play decent football.
I'm with you. I think they're 2-0.
Yeah.
This one's a big one though.
This is.
Rhett Lashley and the SMU Mustangs come to town, which is an interesting. First off, this out of conference schedule is fucking laughable. Yeah. Right.
But SMU is respectable.
Still, no Power 5 on the out of conference.
Yeah.
But SMU, and not only are they respectable, they do what Maryland struggles at,
which is
they run the air raid concepts. They have 2 stud quarterbacks in Preston Stone and Tanner Mordecai. And
well, I would argue
Maryland's pass defense is fucking horrible.
I would say Maryland has a great pass offense, but yeah, the defense struggles.
That's what I'm saying. Is they were 100th, and if you 99th in the nation in pass defense. If you were to, and that was with the Howard game, 62-0.
Yeah.
So they're probably like really like charting at like 108, 109, and something like that. I'm going to take Maryland, but I'm telling you, there is a chance for an upset in that game.
I kind of want to check here. SMU. Decent, okay defense, I guess, but not great. I expect a shootout here, and I will take Maryland though because it's in College Park.
That one they got to tread lightly because I do think
that could easily be an L.
Yeah, I do think that could be an L. But I got them 3-0, just like last year when they started out 4-0.
Yeah.
Then they head to Ann Arbor to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Patty C. I got.
They're going to get pasted.
Again. I got Michigan.
Yeah.
Then Sparty comes to Maryland Stadium in College Park.
Now this one is interesting.
I'm going to say this: Purdue comes the next week.
Yeah,
they're going to go 1-1 in those 2.
Both in College Park.
Yeah, they're not going to get both.
I think you're right, but it's tough for them to even get one of them.
I know.
Michigan State worked them by 19 last year, 40-21, like you said. That was on the road. I would lean that they lose to Michigan State again. Maybe they beat Purdue, but I think Purdue's
I'm thinking
a better
the
team.
other way around.
You think they're going to catch Michigan State?
Yeah.
I'll give them 1-1, but I kind of think 0-2 there.
I'm going to go 1-1.
All right.
Now, you're probably right. Bucket 0-2.
Yeah.
3-3.
Yeah.
They're at Indiana.
They should win that game.
They won by 3 last year.
At home?
Yeah.
And you got to figure Indiana's going to get better. 2-10.
Indiana had terrible injuries last year. They were on like their fourth. They were on like a walk-on quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one to Maryland.
Maryland will get one of those 3 for sure, if not 2.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
4-3. Home to Northwestern.
Almost want to give them that one.
I am going to. 5-3.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll give them 2 out of that 4-game stretch.
5-3. They get a bye week and then they head to Madison.
Loss.
5-4. At Penn State.
Loss.
5-5. Home to Ohio State.
Big loss.
5-6.
Here we go.
Home to Rutgers.
For the push. They get
6-6.
And what are you gonna do?
I lean under.
It's tough.
Because I gave them like Pat Fitzgerald normally fantastic in the rebound year.
Yeah. The 50-50, the true 50-50 games we're identifying are SMU, which is in College Park.
Michigan
Purdue.
Purdue.
Michigan State. I don't know if I qualify as a 50-50.
Okay.
Purdue in College Park. Northwestern in College Park.
Indiana is 50-50.
And
They
at
only
Indiana.
Even Rutgers
could with Shiano, improving that. But they slapped Rutgers pretty darn well, right? Last year, what was it?
They did
40-16.
They did.
I'm gonna say 6-6.
What do you lean?
I really think they're gonna go 6-6.
Yeah, me too.
So that you'll go bowling. Don't worry about it, Terrapins. But if I had to bet, I'm gonna go under.
I agree with Vegas. Vegas is saying 5-7 is more likely than 7-5. If you could find a 5.5 out there,
yeah,
I still don't love it, but I think 6-6 is likely. But I do think 5-7 is more likely than 7-5. I'm on the under in the Terps. Patty C's on the under in the Terps. Folks, subscribe to the College Football Experience. We're breaking down all 131 teams. Remember, subscribe on YouTube too. You can watch this beautiful show. And remember, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience as we talk college basketball year round. Kevin Willard to Maryland, Patty C. We got an episode out already talking about that. Go check that one out on the College Basketball Experience.
How about Maryland lacrosse? One of the most dominating national championship runs of all times. And Maryland, Maryland is the home of lacrosse. Look, and Virginia has some great lacrosse too, but Maryland, I gotta give it to them. Probably the true home of lacrosse.
Maryland college baseball was not bad either. Subscribe to the College Baseball Experience with me and Noah Beanick. The Sports Gambling Podcast is already working on NFL futures, so check that out. Subscribe over there. We have Joe Theismann on all the time, Bill Burr. We just had Pat McAfee on. Just had Mike Leach on.
Oh yeah,
check that out. Who
Rocking
else?
and rolling.
Yeah, we've had just a great list of people. So go check that out.
We need to get Boomer on.
We do need. We were in talks at one point to get him on. Didn't happen, but
88 Bengals. Come on.
There you go. Subscribe, check out the Discord channel, Sports Gambling Podcast. Come talk to us. Come sweat out bets. It's a lot of fun. Whatever the sport is. MLB Gambling Podcast for the Oriole fans out there or the national fans. Check that out. The NBA Gambling Podcast with Terrell Furman Jr. if you're a Washington Bullets fan.
Hello.
And check out all that good stuff. All right, folks. All right. He's on the under. I'm on the under. But I'm excited for the season to watch this Terrapin team and see if Locksley can do it.
We slept on Locksley last year. We haven't learned our lesson yet.
I pushed.
Okay, we pushed.
But all right, folks, this is the College Football Experience, Maryland Terrapin style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Check that door for heat, Tim.
The Redskins want a new stadium. The owner, Jack Kent Cook, and he wants an indoor. I heard an indoor stadium. The Redskins cannot play indoors.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
I didn't come here to study.
It's easy to see a tide turn